you too, BG.
Welcome back to the We Can't Pick Title podcast. We're here on location at the farm.
The horse farm? I don't know.
And,
Can you see the horses behind me?
I don't,
Can't
probably
tell.
not. They're kind of like down the
Okay.
hill, which might not add up for
So
where Jason
it might be a
is.
little bouncy too because we got some clamps set up on
Yeah.
the same seats that we're sitting on. But you know, it's a little wild and woolly. But
Here we are, and there's some traffic
oh yeah, right about now. So
going by, so you might see some people.
we tried some experiments with some wireless mics and it didn't work out. So this is what you get, folks.
Yeah,
You know,
this is our first on location other than our regular pod lab.
soft launch of the.
Yeah.
Location type stuff. We thought it might be kind of fun. You never see that on podcasts where they go in other places.
You
It's
never
always
know.
in studio. Ooh.
So,
You know?
Did I say the name of the podcast even? I'm just too excited.
I think you did.
Yeah, okay.
But we didn't say
it's
that.
BG here.
That's BG, and this is
JT.
JT right over here.
Yeah, so
Thanks for coming
thanks for
to-
joining us.
We can't pick a
And,
studio location podcast.
Yeah, so there's kind of a reason that we're here.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's been kind of a crazy week. My horsey William. Oh, I get a little
No,
misty.
there we go.
He got a bad tummy thing and had a colic and passed away last week. He was rushed off the island by his owner because I was releasing him. So once we found out he was having trouble, she came to pick him up right away, and they took him to the vet, and he didn't make it. So it's super sad news. And thanks, Jason. So later that night when I got home and I was talking with another friend, she said, "Oh, hey, I've got a little filly coming Sunday, and there's room in the trailer for this other really cute horse." And so I bought him. Yeah, he's a little Appaloosa. He's just, I'm wipe away these William tears.
There you go.
It all kind of came together really sudden, but I feel like the universe is conspiring in my favor and knows I want to still ride and enjoy horses. And yeah, so I'm pretty excited. He's on his way here. There's been a delay with ferries, so he's he's waiting to get here. So we thought we'd had some time to spend while he's en route, and yeah, and he's coming. So here we are.
When we had the gear, I wanted to do a on-location one anyway. Like I talked about the beach and a couple other spots, so I thought this might be a nice little perfect test trial. And
It's such a gorgeous space.
you know, yeah, exactly. You can see behind me. I think you can see the lake right there behind me, Gunflint Lake.
And you can see a
Pretty
lovely
beautiful
maple
spot.
tree.
And, you know, there you
I
go.
think a couple
Yeah,
maple trees.
Bobby got the good view.
Yeah, I
She's got the traffic view.
Got the horse paddock side. But anyways, welcome back. We're so glad that you guys
Yeah.
are with us and
Sticking
sharing
with
us
us.
around to your friends, and the traction, like it's gaining momentum, and we're so grateful you guys are sharing it with your cool friends, because it's so fun hanging out together. And even through the shitty stuff, you know, like it's weird. The universe is like, you know.
Well, it's like I said, you know, I mean, it was a little weird because it happened so
very
fast.
sudden.
And it was so
he
quick
left the island
after.
on a Wednesday. I found out Thursday night he was passed away. Thursday, well, yeah, and then later that night I found out about this other horse, and it's Sunday now, and basically Saturday night I got the okay to be able to have him land here, and hopefully he'll get along with, hopefully, I don't know if you guys can see those guys. I'm assuming you can. I'm really hoping you can. Anyways, that's the other two boys that they'll be roommates with, so yeah. Sorry, I'm bouncing Jason's camera
okay.
all around. We have our things hooked onto each other's chairs,
So and that's what I was saying is like, you know, just because things. Or what did I say?
you said just because an opportunity happens quickly doesn't mean you shouldn't go for it.
Right.
You know, like it was a bit scary. I didn't sleep much last night because I've never really been a fan of Appaloosas. I've seen some beautiful Appaloosas, but my brother had a very stubborn one when I was a kid, and that's their stereotype, is to be stubborn. But William was a bit stubborn too, and we learned to work through it and just to be patient. And I'm not in a hurry to do things with horses anymore. We kind of just take it at the pace everybody feels safe at. So I was like, well, I guess here we are. If I would have known last Sunday that William wouldn't be here with us, and I'd have,
and you'd be waiting for your new horse,
and I'd own an Appaloosa.
Yeah.
I would have been like, fuck you, bullshit.
Yeah, crazy.
There's no way I would have done that. But
get out of the city.
But he's the same size as William and a third his age. So we did joke around about how, just telling people that he just came back a different color because of the medication that they put him on for his colic.
They did a bleach wash, on
or
him.
maybe he just went to get his hair did. But I don't think anybody will buy that. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So it's been a whirlwind of a week. Plus, I've been working at the craft shop, which is really fun, but was kind of a nice distraction while he was away at the vet. And I was waiting for what was going to happen, and also yesterday waiting to see if the lady who was letting me keep William here would be willing to let us try and have his name is Squirt, but I'm going to change it because that just reminds me of Spurt or Splurt or Jizz or you know, Spunk.
That's what we're gonna. If
his
name is Squirt, then the nickname's got to be Jizz Stain.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like it's gonna be a non-seaman kind of nickname that's coming, and I don't want that for him. Like, he's got a long life ahead. So we've brainstormed some names. In the middle of the night, I woke up with Sprocket. The dog,
Sprockets.
Dog from
Sprockets and Sprockets.
Fraggle Rock was named Sprocket, and
I'd want to call him Cog all the time.
Yeah. I don't know. It came up, and it's fun, and I've heard of dogs called that, but not horses.
Spacely Space Sprockets. That's from the Jetsons.
Yeah, so that one really came to me sort of like when I woke up, one of the 70 times that I woke up in the night. And then I was joking around with my friend Maddie, and she had suggested some, what was it, Castiel from Supernatural.
Right, Supernatural.
Because I was a big Supernatural fan. Well, not a big Supernatural fan, but a Supernatural fan. Yeah, I got some. Need my windshield wipers again here.
Tear stuck right on your cheek.
Yeah. So, so then we came up with Winchester and Dean, Sammy. Jason came up with Winchester, and
Sammy.
Sammy.
Kind of cool. Because when I was growing up, one of our horses had a foal, and he was like a Garullo, so they're like kind of like a silvery black color. And Mom named him Remington Steele, which is like after a
TV show.
A TV show, like an actor.
Yeah.
And also Remington the gun because of the color and stuff. So I was like, Winchester, and then I was like. Like, that's like an homage to my mom, who was an incredible horsewoman, so I kind of feel like maybe that's what it should be.
And it opens up, like, for Winnie and, like, Chesterfield.
Yeah, he could be Chesty.
Chest of gold.
Because he's got a nice...
treasure chest. All kinds of options.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying, is, like, it really doesn't matter what the name is, it's what the nickname is going to end up being, and are you okay saying that out loud for... over and over and over.
Like calling him. Yeah.
Like Squirt is still just like Squirt.
Yeah, it just sounds like you're on a porn.
Yeah, somebody will come around the corner and be like, well, okay. But water gun. Let's go with that. Squirt you with a water gun.
Yeah, not jizzy.
Not a jizz gun.
No, that's much grosser.
Sounds like a Kiss song. I know that was Love Gun.
Love Gun.
Yeah, same thing.
Yeah, so it's kind of a different impromptu one. I don't know if you guys like that we're outside and I look like I'm maybe a little bouncy.
Well, we might work on the jiggliness on the next one or whatever, but that's why you do
this jiggliness.
That's why you do these kind of soft launch type of things and see how it goes. And work out the bugs as you go.
Yeah, we did get mics, but we realized that we need to run it through something else, otherwise our phones don't want to do that. So we thought, okay, well, we can just
yeah, a couple of things that I should have
We're
thought
just
of
learning
and
as we
didn't.
go. We're just learning and stuff.
And like I said, why not try it?
Yeah.
You know, give it a shot ski and see what happens.
Yeah, just like the horse.
That'd be really good.
Sure hope he's wonderful. I don't know.
Well, that's what I was going to say about the quickness too. Is like, you know, do you think you would have felt any less stress or whatever word you want to use
like
if it had been a month later,
now.
You know, or something?
I feel like I may have lost my horsey momentum.
Oh yeah, there you go.
What I mean?
Yeah, you
like,
might have got
I
into a different pocket of.
I feel like I made some traction in my confidence again, just because I was like sort of out of riding for about 20 years or so, like not especially regular riding.
Yeah.
So I'm excited.
You know, because I just think about like if somebody like, hey, I'm gonna give you $1 million. Would you like it like tomorrow or a month from now? Well, if there's no catch at all, then I'd want it tomorrow for sure.
Like
why?
it's lifting more now,
you know,
when you're holding it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we're figuring it out. Car.
Game on.
And it's funny because the cars come around behind me, and then they're gonna go all the way around the field, and then they're gonna go way down around behind Jason, and you might even see them pop out by the lake and around.
Maybe,
so it's like the traffic goes all the way around the farm. So it's a little bit of a goldfish bowl here, but
it's perfect for tourists and people that go by though that love horses. They just cruise by. They're like,
I'm amazed there isn't more rear ends going on.
On the curve, it makes you have to go slow around it too, right?
That's true. It's very curvy.
Yeah, I love curvy.
So 50 episodes.
Crazy.
Jason. How does that make you feel?
Pretty awesome actually.
Some accomplishment
it definitely
there.
Feels wicked. Yeah.
I'm really proud of you for editing so many because I don't do that and I have no interest in learning how to do it. I'm really impressed what you do and I love that you're like show me how, but I'm like it's like not really my jam at all.
Well, it's funny because it's not that. It's not hard to do.
I like building things in the real.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Something that's like
digitally.
Inside there's like I don't know how to make it. And
when it's weird with editing too, because a lot of times you spend like so much time sometimes on like one thing that nobody will ever notice. Because that's the whole point, is to disappear that mistake or cut that out and make it mesh up nicely or
blend it. Yeah, you don't
blend
see
it
the seams.
And exactly. Yeah. You know, it's weird that like it's not like a craft where you spend 4 hours building a craft and you go, hey, here's my thing.
Here's the tangible thing.
You know, I can spend 4 hours and I can say, here's the edited project, which is great.
Yeah.
But a lot of what you don't see is what I did.
Is the finesse.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And a lot of times it's little things that a lot of people would notice, little dissolves here and fade-ins and stuff like that just a lot of people just don't bother doing.
Yep.
You know?
Enhance.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. It's kind of funny that like, and I'm super proud of us for
sticking with
keep her going.
Did you know the average number of episodes for a podcast is 7?
Yeah, I think and then they fail. Hey.
Yeah, a lot of them.
Yeah.
So the average, I mean, there's definitely lots out there like the Joe Rogans that have 1,500 or more.
The other stat that I've always heard is like around 6 months. So a lot of people don't do a weekly; they'll do either bi-weekly or monthly kind of one. And 6 months usually, so that's 6 or 7 episodes, right? You know, so and we're almost at a year. August something will be a year.
2 more weeks
for us. So lots of kind of anniversaries coming up, and 50th
we have
episodes.
A great guest for next week.
Oh my goodness!
Fresh back from
Shambhala.
Yeah.
Shambhala.
We're gonna have Aspen King
saw her
next
picture.
week.
Maybe we'll post that picture in here somewhere where she was like standing in front of the whole crowd. It looked
on
awesome.
Stage.
Yeah.
Killer.
Yeah, 50. I did like some research and I kept hoping that something would super inspire me for 50th episode type things.
Like fun information to share with
exactly.
The number 50 or something.
And I did a bunch of research and stuff, but it's all back at the house. And we started
on the laptop and
impromptu it here. And
was making your heart sing anyway.
That's exactly. A lot of it was like,
this week, we're like, just be real.
Should I here's a bunch of stats and numbers. And if you guys want to look up what the, top movie was in 1973, which is 50 years ago, then you can go ahead and do that.
Yeah, I'm sure Mr. Google will
Or
help you with that.
I did 1973 because that's 50 years ago,
Okay.
and then I also did 1950.
Okay.
Top song, top movies and stuff, and I can't remember offhand what they were, but
I don't have a lot of 50 facts. My mom died at 50, so like
that's your fact.
That's my 150 fact, which is a little morbid, but
yeah, I don't know. I was gonna look up like some stuff about 50 Cent and all kinds of crap like that. And I know he got shot like 8 or 9 times, but
not 50.
Not 50 times.
Okay.
No, that'd be.
They missed all the other 42 times.
Yeah, 42 organs, all the other. Yeah.
They're like all around him.
And I got busy and got doing other stuff, so I didn't exactly like pull out top clips from our last 50 episodes or anything. So
yeah, we had some great recommendations. Like the coconut oil, some uses for coconut oil was a suggestion.
Oh, I did look some of those up.
Cousin Diane.
Yeah.
We did look them up, and like there's like cooking. People do their like, what do you call that with their teeth?
Rinse. Yeah. Gum rinse kind of.
There's like a
rinse.
something.
Swisheroni.
Where you're like
mouthwash.
Yeah, it's a special name for it. Anyways, we don't know that, but you know, whatever. You could look that up. There's
Flush.
Yeah, people use it as personal lubricant.
Yeah, that's the good one.
You don't want to use it with latex though, because that'd probably compromise your rubbers.
Yeah.
There
was a whole bunch of good ones.
Okay.
Sunscreen.
Yeah, you can use it for sunscreen. It's got
Forgetting
like
all the good ones.
10-ish, but I mean, again, like I'm not gonna go out midday, but like maybe early in the morning with that.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, coconut oil.
Coconut oil. Get your feet soft, skin soft, you know. So that's where we're at with coconut oil.
Any, do you have any like top things from the last 50 episodes off the top of your head that you can?
I think definitely the one that like struck me the most and has always stuck with me is your description of the
seat
of the riding the
That's
bike.
what mine is too.
And maybe because it was at the beginning and it was like crazy graphic.
That's so funny. That's mine too.
Yeah, that one's pretty over
It's like the
top.
first or second episode too, I think.
Yeah, of course all the guest episodes were wonderful.
Yeah.
You know, Danny,
having my dad and Lori there, that was pretty awesome.
Chris and
Soma in studio.
Soma and the what do you
Rob
call
Perry.
What was
obstacle
the
course
obstacle course?
Black Gold Brute.
Black Gold Brute.
Yeah.
Rob.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So that's been awesome having everybody on. We're looking forward to having more guests. This year.
Yeah, booking more all the time, and I'd almost like to get to where it's not necessarily weekly, but you know, bi-weekly or monthly for sure, kind of thing. And
it's great being able to do in studio ones, and I'm definitely looking forward to having more local people because it's crazy diverse over here. Still, do I have something on my mustache?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
No, that was just me scratching.
I was like,
sorry. I was just legit.
You're like, maybe you should have like waxed before.
If I was making the signal, it'd be an obvious like.
It's just like booger point.
You got it like
a whole thing going
down there.
Yeah, boogers. Yeah. So I'm not sure how you guys have done this week and what you've been up to, but
so I'm trying to think of what I did this week.
I think you were just like crazy supportive to me the whole week.
Yeah, pretty much.
Just trying to be there for me, or be there if I needed you, kind of thing. And here you are again doing that.
It's my duty.
You're one day off, and you're here hanging out at the farm the whole day because we weren't sure. We told the horses coming in the morning, but with ferries you never know, right? So it's been like 2 sailing waits, which is a 2-hour wait in between each sailing. So.
Yeah, hanging at the farm's fun. I like it.
Yeah. You get to hear all the vehicles going around.
Tell you, keep it down on her.
So, is there anything that you would like to do by the time you're 50, Jason?
Ooh.
Or something that you thought you would have done, or like something specific, like a milestone-y kind of thing? Is that a weird question?
No. Well, definitely unprepared, but plenty of things.
Yeah.
You know, I'd love to have a pilot's license.
Oh, wow.
Say by
That's
then.
Good.
You know, or have a script or
Oh yeah,
screenplay
because you're a couple years younger
in
than
the
me,
works.
right?
Yeah, I don't even know how old I am now.
I think I'm 47.
I think I'm 33
Yeah, I think
and a
that's
third
what it is.
of that or something. You know.
I'm a cougar.
Hi, Emma.
People are like driving by looking at us like,
Yeah.
you guys are weird. They're used to it, I think.
Yeah, plenty of different things, I
Yeah.
guess. Yeah. What about you?
Well, 50 is only 3 years away for me, or whatever.
Plenty of time.
So I feel like I'd like to know how to like stand up on my paddleboard and paddle
Okay.
by then.
That's a good one.
I
That's a
feel
good
like
one.
that's like a
Okay.
little goal
Mhm.
there, you know?
You could do that one by the end of the summer.
Yeah.
You know, hopefully. Maybe.
Get the
Been
horse
busy.
up on the paddleboard.
Ooh, there you go. Do like a
You
deluxe
need a
paddleboard style.
longer paddle.
Because you're also riding on top of the horse. Oh,
yeah,
right, of
yeah.
course.
We don't each have a
Right,
paddleboard.
and then paddling with like a 12-foot paddle.
Oh yeah, he's gonna love it. I'm pretty
great.
sure it's what Appaloosas are into.
I want to see that.
I don't think so. No, maybe we'll just swim or something.
There's like that squirrel that water skis, you know. So I mean,
Yeah.
the horse and
squirrel-
paddleboards is basically the exact same thing. The logistics would
They
be
have
the
tails.
same
They
thing.
both have tails.
You know, yeah.
You can rear
Yeah.
up and like
Seems
hold
like it's
the
a thing.
paddle. Could happen. Yeah.
That's great. I'd like to work on my stand-up stuff a little bit more
Okay.
and really see if that's something I want to pursue more.
I just had a notification. My horse is on the ferry. I only saw the first
Oh,
half
yeah?
of it. Yeah.
Nice.
Siri.
Nice.
Siri.
Do you want to check it real quick?
No, that's okay.
Yeah. Right on. That's awesome.
I'll read the rest of it.
Yeah, I guess
when
they're
we're
probably
done.
coming over in a little
Yeah.
bit. We got time still.
Wow.
What was I just saying?
I don't know. Something about scripts or something.
I don't know. Something.
Something about a script. Yeah. Oh, ants.
Oh, shit. Ants everywhere. Just
Just...
go nuts.
Even the horseflies. There was really bad horseflies before, and the horsefly trap seems to be working.
Seems to be
so
working. We'll take a picture and
it looks a little
we can insert it.
janky.
I don't want to mess with my
think is
camera.
the right word.
You know,
But yeah, my nose looks really,
it's pretty
really
legit.
round today.
I would say not janky.
No.
Janky to me is like denotes like about to fall apart.
Okay.
Nothing.
Yeah, it's.
I could sit on that.
Skookum.
Yeah. Yeah. There you go. So let's ask the crowd out there.
What does skookum mean to you? I can tell you what I.
Well, I know what it is and what it's supposed
Yeah,
to mean,
well-
but to me the word itself just sounds not skookum.
Like shoddy.
It sounds shoddy. It sounds like, you know,
Like
oh,
it
I just
might
slapped
fall
this thing
apart.
together, and you know, oh, that
Haphazard.
that raft over there is pretty skookum. Watch out, you know.
Yeah, so that meant the opposite to me
Yeah.
growing up. It meant that it was really strong as fuck.
Yeah, and I think it's more of a maritime kind of word or something
it?
because I never heard the word in Alberta at all
Oh.
until there was like a couple of BC people that showed up and, you know, tried to run shit in town, and that
Oil
didn't
field.
play. Yeah.
Oil field wannabe posers.
Yeah, yeah, they started showing
They're
up
like,
and
"We're
using words
coming
like
out here."
skookum and eating fruit. You know, pfft, get out of here with that shit.
Just have juice.
Yeah.
You don't have to chew it.
Yeah. You're not eating steak for every meal? What?
No.
You're out of here,
So
BC.
somebody was talking about their dog that eats a steak with every meal. What was that?
That was the dog that we got to look after for a while when I was a kid.
Oh, okay.
It was
Tell us about that.
Because I'm allergic to dogs.
Yeah.
So we never really got a dog as a pet
Right.
growing up, and it wasn't the type of thing that like, hey, well, let's look into Yorkies, you know, or anything. It was
No.
just like, well, we don't need a dog, so
No.
why bother? And
You guys were
You
all
know.
busy. You didn't have time to have somebody at
For
home.
sure. Somebody would
Nobody
take
was at
care of
home
it
sitting with the
and-
dog all day.
yeah, exactly.
Or
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, after basketball practice or whatever
Yeah.
other shit was going on. So, my dad had a buddy and had this big ass red Doberman, like a good 4 foot tall red Doberman with the floppy ears, not like the docked or docked ears, and he left us like, I don't know, 20 or something steaks, like I want to say even like T-bone steaks, like legit AAA
Like from the butcher
sirloin
kind of
from the butcher
situation, yeah.
steaks to feed the dog. It was like every day he gets one of these kind of deal. And I was like, holy shit. So I took it. I was like, can that be my job? I want to feed the steak to the giant dog, you know.
Because
it
you
was
were cooking
super
them
sweet
for the
and
dog, or
just raw, straight up. Here you go, right out of the package, and poof.
so it's not like you
You
get
know?
to throw it on the barbecue and then like
take a bite or two. Yeah.
Yeah.
We fought over it a couple times, tug of war.
You guys
style.
wrestled around a little bit.
Yanking it away from each other.
That's how it goes.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah, I can't remember the dog's name, but yeah, it was pretty neat.
And a
I remember that.
Doberman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big Doberman. And all I knew of Dobermans was like from like 80s, 90s movies, like Lethal Weapon and stuff, where the dogs were ferocious and they had the docked ears and they're all black and, you know, with a little bit of tan maybe on them and and like really guarding off from, you know, can't let rigs into the stash house kind of deal, you know.
Yeah.
So it was always like super bad, and then that turned into like Rotties. Right, sort of deal. And then Rotties in like mid '90s to early 2000s, it was all Rotties were the bad like henchman's dogs.
Yeah, where everybody was just afraid of them.
Yeah, and then that turned into pit bulls.
Well, I think German Shepherds were even in there
for
a
sure.
Bit.
Yeah.
And then now everybody's just scared of
German Shepherds were always like the dogs that, you know, chased down the guys running in the bush, kind of deal. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, chased down the fugitive. Yeah. The bloodhounds, you know, would mark a trail of scent or whatever.
To be around, though. They're not like they're not gonna rip your arm off or something like in the movies.
They're big though. Remember, where was that? Oh, you had your horse in Drayton, in Alberta. They had that big bloodhound.
Right.
It was a young bloodhound, so it was just like a puppy, and it still didn't know any better. It would just whoop, just jump right up on top of you with like all four legs, just like holy hell! It was like an 80-pound puppy, and just like Jesus.
I remember my brother's kid's mom was like really freaked out by dogs.
Oh, right.
She wouldn't even come out of the car.
Right.
Because little Greg was the only one that was born at that time.
She was only like 4.5 feet tall or something too, right? She was kind of shorter.
I don't know. She maybe 5 feet. Yeah, she's not very tall.
Yeah, hey, yeah.
I don't think. Hard to remember. Haven't seen her in a long time. But yeah, they had a really big dog. I'd forgot all about that.
50. So technically, this is like our 56th or 7th or 8th episode.
Yeah, because of the minis.
Yeah, because we've thrown a couple bonus and some quickies in there and stuff, and so you know we're overachieving if anything.
Yeah, it's something special about that 50 moniker, you know, like halfway to 100.
Yeah,
it's like
for sure.
Not quite a year, but it seems like almost a bigger celebration because 50 is pretty monumental, you know.
And I'm glad that it's growing it's still growing slowly, which is fine. I'm totally okay with that. And everything online, everything that tells me about successful podcasts, as long as it's growing, keep going. That's literally, I want to like.
If it's growing, keep going. Exactly. I think that's what the guys say too.
Every porn director, you know, if it's growing, keep going. Yeah, you know, each time we go, it's a little bit more, and that's great. I think
it's neat to be able to see the analytics of it and where you guys are all listening from.
Yeah,
and
a couple new people from Ontario.
Yeah,
and there was a couple people from Ireland. Last week's episode.
Right.
So that's a big part of it. I love because I look up like everywhere, even if it's small town Alberta or Ontario or whatever. I look it up and then in Google you have all the extra little question arrow down buttons, you know, that you can click. So it's like, what's a fun thing to do it was like Serenade Ontario or Sonata Ontario or something like that. And it was like, what's fun to do there? And, you know, what do the locals do? And where's a good place to eat? And I don't know, it's sort of almost a bit like you're traveling there and, you know, just
to kind of see what the feel of the place is.
Yeah.
Well, and it's neat. I had the question when we were at home this week, just wondering, like, if somebody's like a listener and they travel, is it going to like, you know, say no, they normally listen to it in Vancouver and they go to Edmonton. Is it going to be like showing up in Edmonton, or is it going to be showing up in Vancouver? Because
it's that same guy that I yelled at before.
You yelled at?
Yeah. Got his beer from the store. He's out of there.
Oh, I guess. It's got to get going.
Yeah.
Some crazies.
So this might be ferry traffic here, hey?
Already?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, maybe we should wrap it up and maybe we'll do some at home.
We can do some at home, or we can have a shorty one for this one. It's weird to have a shorty for a 50th, but I don't know. I do have those 50 facts and stuff back of the house. We could just tack on some of those.
Okay, well...
it might not be ferry traffic, though, either.
I don't know.
I don't know either. What time is it?
It's 2:45.
Yeah?
I don't know.
We'll see. We keep tracking right now, or do you want to just...
I don't know.
I don't know either. New pony's coming. I mean, it won't take more than 2 minutes to do this anyway.
To lift the chairs out
Yeah,
of the...
exactly.
Like, we literally have them on lawn chairs. Like, I don't know if I, like...
I wish I could take a picture.
Move out of the way, you could kind of see, like, the back of my lawn chair situation.
I wish I could take a picture, but our cameras are being utilized here.
Yeah, I think I took a still shot with Jason when my camera was still facing the other way. Yeah, we always joked around when I was a kid, even... Well, partially because I grew up on an island, but anytime you have more than, like, 2 or 3 cars in a row, we'd always like, oh, ferry traffic. Just made the joke, and so everywhere I've ever lived, if there's more than 3 or 4 cars in a row, I'm like, oh, ferry traffic. And
she used to say it in Alberta all the time when we were driving.
There's no
there
ferry.
just happened to be 3 or 4 cars passing us, and I wouldn't even. She'd say ferry traffic, I'm like, oh yeah, like that, until we moved here, and then I'm like, oh right, now I get it, because every hour and a half or so, there's
like just a few locals
30 cars
around, and then all of a sudden it's like flow of tourists.
Yeah. You just step aside off the road and let them all go by and do their thing.
Or people coming home from grocery shopping or whatever people
Doctor's
do.
appointments and
people are doing.
Satanic rituals. And, you know,
What?
Well, I don't know what people are doing.
You don't judge.
No, exactly. You know, I don't know. Bible study.
Yeah, you got to go to town for that. Probably,
international terrorism.
Well, there was a church here, but I don't know. I think maybe it's still.
It's still going. I was up there a couple weeks ago, actually, during part of my job, and it had a schedule of when they do services and a phone number to call.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it was the Anglican Church.
Is that where they do the AA and stuff too, or that's somewhere else?
I think that's somewhere else.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know lots of times AA's in the basement of a church.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Where's the deepest, darkest place we can put some of these people, and hide them? Yeah.
I saw a meme the other day that said the worst part about getting sober is having to become religious. I was like,
well, that's like I've never needed the 12 steps,
strength, right,
or anything.
Don't you?
Oh, I don't think so.
No,
but
good.
Compared to some that I have seen that definitely
you just
need
like
it
jump right
and
in.
utilize
you
it.
Don't use the stairs ever.
I just start on step 4.
12.
Yeah.
Just like do the extra.
Skip the last
steps,
3 or so. Yeah.
Like those super tall people.
Well, that's one of them. I think it's almost the first one is you got to give yourself to a higher power, kind of deal. And I went to a couple of AA meetings, like with other people that were going through AA, and
to get them some support.
And the first time I didn't even know it was religious at all.
Right.
And it's literally like if you talk to anybody, it's like it's not religious at all. You don't have to.
Yeah.
It's just sort of where it was originally based from like the fucking 1940s or whatever when it started.
Yeah, you don't have to dress up as Jesus or anything.
I mean,
I think is that what religion?
That's a whole nother group.
You have
I
to dress
think
up as Jesus to be religious.
That's
wait, maybe that's mocking him.
That's Comic-Con down the road.
Oh, okay.
BibleCon.
Buddy Jesus.
ReligionCon. Start doing those. Hey?
Oh my goodness.
I guess you could show up as what was that show, Preacher, that we watched.
Well, that'd be good.
You know,
because it has all the gods.
Has Jesus as being little inbred from many, many years of incest. And keeping the bloodline pure for Jesus, and he comes out.
About that.
He's a little uncooked. We'll say.
Humperdoo Pinecone guy.
Humperdoo Pinecone.
Jason and I still say Humperdoo Pinecone because of that show.
We'll find a clip. We'll put it in there.
Humperdoo Pinecone.
I Humperdoo.
That's right.
I Humperdoo.
Good boy.
Pee-pee?
Very good, my lord.
I just love that aspect that they did with Jesus. It's just like, it's just such a.
It was
so
unexpected
inbred.
twist.
Like,
you're like, oh.
Yeah. Like, oh, right. Keeping the bloodline pure.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Thousands of years.
And still using him as the Messiah.
Yeah.
You know, like, ugh.
But it's basically like all of his handlers are actually
are doing the real work.
Getting the work done.
Making the decisions. Yeah.
Organized religion seems like a lot of work.
Seems like a lot of organizing.
Seems, exactly, right?
Like organized crime. Seems like a lot of organizing. Just all of that, you know.
Too much.
So, but I guess that's why it works.
Maybe that's why they have those books.
Right. Maybe we should get organized podcasting.
They got Palm Pilots.
You know.
Remember when Palm Pilots were a thing?
Because
that was just basically a phone book because you couldn't get messages on your Palm Pilot, could you?
Eventually.
You could get like
once it opened up to a network or whatever.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You could get like a
Yeah, because Palm Pilot
page.
ended up being a whole brand,
Oh, okay.
right? Where they had
Yeah.
different versions and models and
Yeah.
stuff. And yeah, you could like, use your little stylus and type on it and
Yeah.
do drawings and send it to somebody else.
Oh,
on it.
okay.
That's what I liked about those actually early on, was like
Yeah.
it was almost like a fax machine, digital fax, because you didn't have to type it. You could write it out and it would show up as you're writing sort of style
nice.
too, so, or signatures. That was a big one back in the day. It was like, here, this is my signature,
Yeah.
kind of deal. I think, I just read a thing, that movie Oppenheimer. That's
Yeah.
like, I'm sure you've seen. Have you
going
seen anything on
crazy.
Facebook about it?
It's just going
Fuck's
crazy.
sakes, Barbenheimer. Or
'cause they're
Oppenheimer, or
doing
whatever they're calling it.
Barbie and Oppenheimer. People
both.
are just doing double features. They're just
Yeah,
watching both. I
and
think
they're-
people are happy to be able to go to the theater.
Did you see the one about like it was the movies for neurodivergence, and it was like Barbie playing. It was like a split screen thing. It was like Barbie, Oppenheimer, and then there was like just a random YouTube video or something in the middle, and then in the bottom, like picture in picture in the bottom corner, was like some girl on like a webcam kind of thing, and then there was like a bunch of stars going off
Oh
on
my
the other
God,
thing.
how do you
and-
even pay
yeah, it
attention
was
to
just like
that
holy
much?
shit,
I have trouble like sometimes like if the laptop's on and
Oh, yeah.
I'm looking at my phone too.
Yeah.
Or
I tend to have the foreground and background full of screens a lot of
I
times.
came out to go to the bathroom. I was like, "What's going on out here?"
I always want to take a picture of it, but all the screens again are being used, so I don't have anything else to bust out a camera. I guess
It's actually like
remember cameras?
Yeah. I could do the little
Oh,
cards
so
in there.
anyway, Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
They had to use Palm Pilot software, or they had to recode new Palm Pilot software to be able to play it through the IMAX machine, because the IMAX machine still used Palm Pilot software from like 25 years ago,
Oh wow.
because it's supposedly
been
still the
updated,
best, and
yeah.
they've never bothered upgrading because it's still the best, and why
Yeah.
bother, kind of deal.
Wow.
And because Oppenheimer was so big or something, and that the code that they use now wasn't sufficient or whatever. I can't remember what it was, but they had to basically find people
Redo
who
it.
could read and rewrite the code from Palm Pilot software to remake it for his 11-mile long film print for the IMAX thing. Isn't that crazy?
That's
That he used no
wild.
CGI for.
That's
It's all
so
practical
wild.
effects apparently. And like, I don't know, I haven't seen any like behind the scenes on how he made the bomb or whatever, but I guess it was
Yeah.
pretty like revolutionary and stuff.
Did you see that somebody took a screenshot of like, because they like all the questions, so you Google something about Oppenheimer and then all of
Oh,
these,
the drop downs?
Yeah, all the
Oh,
drop
yeah.
downs, and it was like, did they use a real bomb?
A real bomb, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, there was like all these like really
Yeah.
ridiculous questions, and it's like, I think a little comment at the top's like, "We are doomed" or something.
Yeah.
Like that.
Well, and I think that, I don't know for sure, but my guess is that he probably did use a real, they call them a fuel air bomb. And it's like as close, like looking as you can get to a nuclear bomb. It's just not near as big, like not even close to as big,
Yeah.
But I was I want to know, like, no CGI out of the whole thing. How did you even do that?
For sure.
Like, I mean, I guess I get everything else because a lot of it's just going to be science lab stuff and, maybe the odd fission experiment or something.
Mm-hmm.
But you could just use light and lens flares and stuff a lot of times for that. But for a real bomb, I don't know.
It's the bomb.
It's the bomb. Would you want to see Barbie or Oppenheimer if that was your only?
Oppenheimer.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah.
I don't know that I'd watch Barbie. I might. Because, well, it's neat that the way that they are like branding her now is all about empowerment, and like people are like, "Oh, Ken's her husband," and she's like, "No, he's the boyfriend," or like whoever created
Right.
it
Was
is
always
like,
the
"No,
boyfriend.
he's the boyfriend because it's Barbie's house and Barbie's car and Barbie." They wanted to promote the independent,
Yeah.
that she's an independent person.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
doesn't need to be part of something else. She chooses to share time with Ken, but it's not. He's not the classic 50s provider kind of. They didn't want that.
Right. Right.
That dependency.
Yeah.
Propelled onto people anymore. They want people to be able to.
And showing that she could also be like a
Oh yeah,
pretty
like a
and
boss
feminine and
and a boss
and hardcore.
everything
Yeah.
else too. Yeah,
and a
be able to
doctor
make
and
it
a
happen.
space explorer and
All the other things that
Yeah.
she could be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool the way they're like I didn't like Barbie a lot as a teen because I was like, I'm chubby and I wasn't skinny like Barbie, and I really felt like I was a fucking failure because of that, and occasionally struggle with that, not way less in my 40s than I ever did before. There's like a lot of not giving a shit anymore. Like, you know, like I want to be strong and I want to be healthy, but I also want to be happy, you know, and I'm not gonna hurt myself mentally or physically to try to look like Barbie. So I was like a little bit like, fuck you guys for trying
Almost,
to
I'm going
say
to do the
that's-
opposite. Rebellion sort of
I'm gonna
style.
be fat because of you. You know, just mostly like, just didn't
Sue Mattel for
see.
making you fat.
Yeah, I just felt like it was not very inclusive. But now, like, ever since I saw the physically challenged Barbie, whatever that one was, I think they did a Barbie in a wheelchair or something, and there was all kinds of controversy about that. And and a Barbie that has Down syndrome, and people were like, "Oh, you shouldn't have done that," and that's, you know,
Because they still made her
stupid.
pretty. Kind of deal. It was
Yeah.
like, oh, that's
but
not a real
it's-
expectation of people with Down
But
syndrome.
there's
Like,
all kinds of spectrums of people.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that was their answer too for that, was like, she's still supposed to be the epitome of feminine and beauty and that kind of deal too.
Exactly.
She can also have Down syndrome as well.
Yeah.
You know, it's,
There's
we're
a
not saying-
runway gal that has Down syndrome. There's like a gal that owns a restaurant that has Down syndrome.
for sure.
Like, there's all kinds of great people
Yeah.
that
yeah,
have Down syndrome. They're some of the happiest people I've ever met.
Yeah.
You know, I wish that I would have known better and been more secure in myself as a kid, because there was a girl, Heidi, in our school growing up, and people totally made fun of her. And her and Joanna, they were both
Like skinny or chubby?
one
ugly?
had Down syndrome and the other one was
Oh,
like,
okay.
I'm gonna say maybe cerebral palsy or something, because she
okay.
walked really struggled to walk,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
and then was in like a remedial class
Did like
or whatever.
the leg drag almost kind of shoulder
Well,
thing.
I'm not gonna
No,
do,
no,
I
no,
don't
no,
wanna
no,
get canceled.
no. That's probably best not to.
Yeah, let's not describe
Not
how
get
she
canceled
walked.
on our 50th
But
episode.
yeah, anyways, and I hate to say that I kind of mocked them a little bit as well, because it took the heat off of me and being teased about being chubby redheads. So,
Yeah. Hey.
and just insecure.
Hey, Samantha.
Nice.
I
Everybody's
think
like,
she's slowing down.
everybody's like waiting to see the horse,
Yeah,
and it's
she's
not
waving.
here. Everybody's like, what are you guys
Yeah.
doing?
It's funny that you said that about the Barbie thing, because one of my podcast notes that I wrote down this week was about I was watching this documentary about American Gladiators.
Okay.
Did you ever watch that at all?
I didn't.
It was a sort of a cable show. So,
Okay.
you know, where they're like jousting and they have like the big metal balls that they roll in, like hamster wheel sort of balls.
Sounds awesome.
You know, yeah. I don't know. I'll show you some anyway.
Okay.
And there's like an obstacle course where they have to avoid tennis balls, and I don't know, people out there remember American Gladiators, but I watched it quite a bit.
Sounds cool.
Yeah, it's sort of like, it's like Wipeout and like the
Oh, fun.
Beast games or Titan games, sort of all in one. It was like the first sort of things of those. And so it's a documentary all about the origin and how it all went through and everything.
Holy smokes.
And so to spin it back around to like unreal expectations and stuff,
okay.
is they go through and they talk about all these guys that were just fucking ripped, just jacked, you know,
Yeah.
all on steroids, all doing coke, all
yeah.
everything, you know. And I mean, and then they talk about like professional wrestling and Hulk Hogan and how, you know, you say your prayers, take your vitamins, go to bed early, be good to your mama, you know,
Yeah.
kind of deal. And that's all you really need to do and
It was
everything.
kind of
And
more
he
wholesome.
just fucking roided the whole time.
Oh,
All of them doing them
makes sense,
massively,
though,
right? It's the
Like,
only
that's
way you
what
can get
everybody was.
that jacked like that. It's literally like,
Yeah, and they didn't
you know.
necessarily understand the long-term ramifications of that either.
I think they did, but
Oh,
you know, it was still the 80s.
yeah, you still want to make your money,
You know.
I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You know, so it's just sort of like, was my, I don't know if you'd call them, I didn't have those guys as heroes
Yeah.
necessarily. It was still like Stephen Hawking and guys like that
Yeah.
that really made a real difference to me.
But it's still another
But it's
sports
still a
thing.
bit
It's
of a
sports
thing that you're into,
Yeah.
and you sort of look up to that a little bit of like, holy shit, that's a big dude. It could be pretty fierce, you know.
And it's cool that it's an individual sport too. Like, I was always like,
Oh yeah,
as a horse rider, I was always more keen to
Right.
do something that I'm the only person responsible for, rather than being part of a team.
yeah,
I think I work well in a team, but I tend to step back
Okay.
Just because I'm like, I assume somebody else knows more about
Knows
it
more and what
than
to do
I
about
do
it.
because I still feel like I'm like a 5-year-old kid on the inside.
Yeah,
So
hey. That's fair though. That's
yeah,
to me that's almost the epitome of a team player,
yeah.
right? Is because you're not just jumping in and going like, I know it all and I know what to do best and this is the way
Shoving
to do it.
elbows.
You know, and like what the fuck is this bitch?
Get out of
You know,
my
yeah,
way.
exactly, yeah. So anyway, that's what got me thinking about just the toxic masculinity and all that crap, and about how you're hero worshipness
Macho.
of it all and stuff, and how they're all
Yeah.
just fucking roided up the whole time, and
Yeah,
like
and they're showing
very
that it's
unreal
a
expectations,
super sad life.
you know, and
it's not a long, it's not a sustainable thing.
right, yeah, exactly, yeah. So
I feel like I should message Siri back and like
okay.
read the message just in case there's something important for me to know. So is it okay if we wrap this up and then
sure.
jump back into it?
I mean,
Or
I was gonna say
or
even
just wrap it up?
yeah, in like 5 minutes
Okay.
we could probably be wrapped.
Okay.
Anyways, but you can also message now, and then we could come back and wrap.
So do
To
we
it.
stop it and do that?
Probably.
Or should we, because we're at 45 minutes anyway, I'm not sure.
You want to just do another 5 minutes of a
Do you want to keep going?
nice little wrap up? And
Okay. Yeah.
I don't have any would you rather's in
I
the
don't
back of my
have
head
any
or anything,
wrap-ups.
you know, but I'm sure we could come up with something. You know. I don't know.
Here we are, crickets.
We'll cut all this anyway.
Okay.
Do you have any would you rather's? I don't know. Me neither.
No.
I can't think of. I'm rattling the ones that I can see in my brain in my laptop, but.
Okay, I got a would you rather.
Okay.
Would you rather know you're going to live 50 more years knowing what you know now? Or would you rather go back and do your life over again knowing what you know now? Still being able to take the knowledge with you, you go back to
Knowing
clean
what I
slate.
know now.
Yeah.
Oh,
and-
definitely back.
Yeah?
Oh, ooh, shit.
Yeah. I would want to live for another 50 years.
Ooh.
I think I've said it 100 times. I don't want to go redo it all
Well,
over. As
because-
much as it would be wonderful to see everybody again, you know, with my parents being gone, I would love to get to know my grandparents better, and I would hope that I would be out of my head more and would be more secure in who I am. But I don't know that I don't know that I would. I think I'd rather know that I've got 50 more years to give her.
See, and, to me,
But I mean, it would be nice to go back and make, you know, invest in Zoom and shit.
well, not even necessarily that, just knowing that when you're at 50, you better be secure
Yeah.
because it makes a big difference.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of people here that are in their 80s and 90s and 70s and are still working every day and
Yeah.
having to work. Otherwise, they're screwed.
Yeah.
They don't have family to back them up. They don't have people.
Yeah. So
you know,
financially, you'd rather be able to go
definitely
back to make
financially, for
different
sure.
choices and
Yeah.
be able to nest stuff
Yeah,
away.
for sure. 100%.
Yeah.
I think I'd be in a different, better position. And if I knew what I knew now, then I could just find you
Right.
wherever you're at, you know,
Yeah.
and I could either stalk you from afar until the right time, you know, or just get right in there at like some sort of summer camp that you were at, or
Just
take
be like,
riding
"Mommy,
lessons from
we
your
have to
mom
go to Denman
kind of deal,
Island."
knowing what I know.
Yeah.
And then I think I would still eventually have to tell you.
Yeah.
It'd be like, okay, here's the deal. This is how come I know you so well.
Yeah.
Right? Because that'd be
Yeah.
the thing. It'd be like,
Well,
why are you always
'cause
showing
they're-
up wherever I'm at?
Yeah.
You know? I guess I didn't know the dirty details.
Yeah, I
everywhere
guess
you're at,
because
but-
it would be everybody else going back too, right? You would, or, you know what I mean? You'd be all the way back, and then it would.
You'd
restart
think, yeah,
everybody
like a full
else's.
rewind. Yeah, but keeping the knowledge,
Yeah.
you know, and just knowing like, I would encourage mom more when she was quitting smoking. Things like
Right,
that,
yeah.
that, you know, I was, and saying that now, it probably, if my brother was listening to this, he'd probably think I'm a fucking hypocrite because I was the one that was like, you know what, enjoy your life.
Yeah.
If that's your one fucking vice that you have, mom, because
Yeah.
it literally pretty much was.
Yeah.
You know, that, and she
She's
played some
so
VLTs every now and
responsible
then.
her whole fucking
Yeah,
life.
exactly.
Yeah.
Like, have at her. You
Yeah.
know, I can't imagine the emotions and feelings she held in her
Yeah.
whole life. You know,
Yeah.
kind of deal, right? So it's like, but knowing that 50 years ago, or starting my life over right from the jump,
Yeah.
that I could make those little hints and those little things
Yeah.
and those little whatevers, I'd just take them from her. You know,
Yeah.
it'd start like that kind of deal.
Just hiding.
You know, yeah.
Just eating them in front of her.
And I think just a lot of, I don't know,
Or
advice.
just be such a better kid that she's not stressed and doesn't even need a smoke.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, I don't know about that, but.
No.
And then,
Still
and that's
be-
not even considering
still
like,
break your arm. On
I
a
could invent
trampoline
the cell
lots.
phone. I could invent the computer.
Right.
I've built a computer,
Yeah.
so I could do that. You know,
I
like,
got heartburn just thinking
so-
about building a computer.
right? Exactly. You know, I've never built a cell phone, but I'm sure I could figure it out.
Yeah,
You know,
for sure.
so that's the thing. Is yeah. So that's a, and I plan on living another 50 years now, anyways.
Yeah.
So if technically I don't get any real advantage other than guaranteed time,
Yeah.
then I'd rather go back. Yeah.
Kitty's barking in the house.
At the sound of Kitty, that's the.
Yeah.
We should probably
Well,
close
we're
to.
at 50 minutes.
Oh, there you go.
So, you guys, thank you so much for joining us. It means the world to us that you come and hang out with us every week and that you are sharing us with your cool friends. And
That's what I was gonna say. Real quick,
yeah, go ahead, Jason.
I was gonna say before that, like, it's awesome and it's fun doing it.
Mm-hmm.
I love doing it, and it's still a lot, sort of every week to make sure it's doing, and
Yeah.
it's a good accountability thing for us, for me at least. And I love that side of it and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But had it not kept growing, I don't think I would have kept doing it.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah.
to this point,
It's a lot of work for
you know. Well, and
sure.
it's not even. I like doing it.
Well,
and
it's
fun.
hours of your
But it's
your
time
free
and
time.
stuff
Yeah.
that like I could be going towards other projects and scripts that could come to fruition,
Or you could just be relaxing.
you know, or I guess. Oh, yeah,
You're allowed
but-
to relax too, Jason.
Yeah.
Don't feel like you always have to work.
But that's along with what
Yeah.
you're saying. I really appreciate everybody going along and sharing it around, and it really makes me choke up a little bit. And people that feedback and knowing that people are out there listening to us, and
Yeah.
for no other reason than just to enjoy it and have fun and hang out. It's pretty awesome.
We're happy to be on the journey with you guys.
Yay!
We're glad you're here and sharing this time with us.
Yay! I love it. I love you.
I love you.
Yay!
Happy 50th. High five.
Oops.
Oh, there we go.
There you go.
Okay.
On that note,
There goes my teeth. All right. Well,
should give everybody a little tour of the.
we'll update you soon. I'll maybe unclip you and
I'll try to show the horse fly trap.
I'm just gonna stand up.
All right, love you guys very much.
You kind of see the pony bowl in back in over there.
My big old lips.
And
Happy 50th, everybody.
happy 50th! Oh. That's a lot of
You weren't expecting that.
Anyways, okay. See you next week. Bye.
Yay! Oh, Facebook and Instagram at Weekend Pick,
Yeah.
and YouTube, and you already clicked off over there. I'll just keep talking. I'll go a cappella. I'll go at Weekend Pick.
Yeah.
Yay! YouTube.com/at Weekend Pick. Love you very much.
See you next week.
Okay. See you later. Bye.
Wrapping it up in a nice little bow. I really hope you liked all of our stories. We don't really have an outro yet. We hope we didn't cause too many bories. That's when you get bored and you're like, fuck this, and you space out and you look over there. You don't wanna quit listening 'cause you love us and you're putting up with our shenanigans.